Right, so the first step to make this top is to pin your pattern pieces to your fabric. I've pinned mine on the fold for all my pattern pieces. Once you've done that, next step is just to cut out, and I left about half a centimetre seam allowance. The next thing I did was just pin all the pieces together. Then it's ready to sew, so I just ran all my seams through my sewing machine, and I did the exact same for the lining pieces too. The next step in the process is to iron out all your seams nice and flat. Also, if you have curved seams, you can cut wee notches in just to release your seams so the curve lies nice and flat for you. And I just ironed out both my lining and my fashion layer of fabric. Once the ironing was complete, I pinned the two layers together with my ribbons sandwiched in between as straps. So the next step in the process is to sew those two sandwiched layers together all the way around the edge, and I left a gap right at the bottom where the frills on the top is going to go. Once I had finished sewing and I had turned it inside out, I ironed the lining layer flat first, and then took my iron over the top of the fashion layer so it was nice and flat. And this is just quite a good wee tip just for making sure that your lining doesn't peek through over your fashion layer. Once I had done that, I just top stitched around the top of the corset top, making sure once I got round the straps that I pivoted my foot on my sewing machine. Once that was complete, I drew myself some guidelines for my boning channels. You can pretty much place these where you like as long as they're even on both sides. And then I just took it over to the sewing machine and yeah, just sewed away and sewed all my wee channels in place. Next, I cut out my synthetic boning so it was a little bit shorter than my seams, as I'm showing you here. Then I just filed it with a normal nail file and marked out my holes for my eyelet. I didn't video making them. Then I made the frill from the bottom. I just gathered it and then I pinned it in place around the bottom and ran it through the sewing machine, then overlocked the edge. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you've done that, you just need to lace it up, and here's some finished photos. And yeah, here's a wee clip of me just showing you the end result, which I'm quite happy with. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe and like, please.